Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I really liked that episode that we did where we were making our background and we were just talking about life.
Dude, I rewatched that episode.
Me too. It's become like a comfort episode. So honestly, Cheli and I, we're just filming for us at this point. But I thought it would be fun if maybe we talked more about like books, like more book-related topics, I guess.
Okay.
Cheli, do you think having a deep discussion with your best friend, do you think that can fix your life?
I do think it can.
Okay, good. Welcome to an episode of the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book chat at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. I look forward to our Thursdays, dude.
Me too.
It's so fun. I don't know how both of us were reading as many books as we were last year.
Sometimes I think about it but we got it done.
We got it done.
Like we would read a book for Tuesday and for Thursday.
Do you remember? Because that's when I lived far. I remember coming home on Fridays and telling you like, okay, my plan is to finish these 4 books. And you're like, same. I'm going to finish these 4 books and then we can film Saturday. And we would non-stop read.
How did we do that?
I have no idea.
You know what's funny? My husband did ask me the other day. He was like, how do you remember everything? And I was like, to be honest, it helps that there's 2 of us.
Yep.
Like we'll just start talking about it and it slowly like unlocks the memory of the book, I guess.
I've gotten so many questions like that too.
Really?
How do you guys remember everything? There's no way you can recall something you read before. And it's like, true. There are some
You're
books.
not wrong.
There are some books that I don't remember, but I think it's pretty like impressive that you and I can go back and be like, oh yeah, Lore Olympus. I could tell you a lot about that. Or like, you know, things we've done in the past.
To be honest, there are a lot of books where we've talked about them and then they just disappear.
They go.
They're gone. I don't remember them anymore.
Oh my God, that one book we read. And then when we filmed the episode, I was like, what book is it?
Which one?
It was
my God. I was thinking about that today.
What book is that? First Lie Wins
by Ashley Easton? No.
You know that Kiki Palmer meme where it's like, if I see him in public, I wouldn't know who this man is.
I wouldn't know a thing.
That's me with that book.
Because we started filming it and you were talking about a completely different book.
But that was when we would bulk film like 9 books. And that's crazy to me.
I love when we bulk film though.
I did too, but we really did need notes back then.
We should have, but I always feel like you're amazing with notes.
I tried. It was
inspire me every day. Because when I'm in it, like it's hard for me to pause myself and make a note. I feel like it would help if I had like a notebook and I could just like scribble a thought or two.
It takes time away, and then sometimes it's like, but I want to see this play through, but I know I'll forget.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of hard for me to jump around. So I feel like I should write notes. I should.
It is easier to do notes now, but now my difference is I commute.
Yeah.
So my notes now are my voice memos.
Oh.
That's where I put my notes.
You know what? Voice memo notes, that might be easier for me too.
Yeah, but I always have to be like, okay, chapter 26, minute 16. This is what I think.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll forget. So
Okay, so I had a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
This could be just like a loose thing.
Okay. Sounds good. We're just chilling.
If you come up with like a question for me, we could just do that, okay?
Me? I'm good at yapping. Let's do that.
Oh, dude, me too. One question might take us the entire episode. Okay, so is there a book that we've read where you were reading it and whatever way you were feeling, did it change how you felt from like the midway point to the end? Like, let's say you're not feeling it, but then something in the middle happens that you're just like, okay, I'm down.
I need to look at our book titles. Hold on. Yes, I do. And you know this. Fearless, Reckless, Powerful, Powerless by Lauren Roberts.
But it was like the halfway mark? Weren't you just
wait, no, that was when we talked about it. Never mind. Because for me, I think about that book a lot because of how much I loved it. But then after us talking, it made me realize with like how many issues there were with the book. I guess that's a little different though. Those books will always have a dear place in my heart.
They will. And I feel like for me, it would probably be the opposite, where it was like I was more into it starting it, but then at the halfway mark, there was too many questions that I had, so then it kind of lost me.
And by the last book, both of us felt the same way. It was not it. Go watch our episode for those. Those are so good. Oh my gosh, us. It's so funny listening to us sometimes.
Because then
I'm coming out of here.
I'll feel like, oh, you're actually talking to me.
Oh my gosh, I know. Sometimes I feel like you're with me.
That's how it feels, honestly. The Invocation.
That's a good one. That one was hard for me to start.
Really?
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
It was really hard for me to start because I didn't know what type of book it would be. And I ate that up.
It was so good. Invocations by Crystal Sutherland.
That we got an arc for that one. I need to give it back to you because I would like if we put up our arcs.
It's going to be held up by a dream. By a dream, and that's it.
Another book that I remember hating and then immediately falling in love was Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo.
Dude, Six of Crows, do you remember that audio note you sent me? Where you were like, I literally had to start writing notes for this shit. Like, I'm so lost. Dude. I'm drawing the map myself. I'm so confused.
I know. I hated it. I hated it so much. And then afterwards, I was like, Kaz Brecker, okay, that's my bitch.
That's my man.
That's mine.
That's mine.
Do you think that our podcast has helped you find a book that you feel like is your book, ride or die, old age, they're going to bury you with this book? Do you think we've found one yet that has done that to you?
Yeah. I always bring it up, though.
Which one?
So I'm like trying to think of another one.
Wait, which one? Shatter Me?
Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, but also The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen.
I feel like you don't bring it up enough.
I feel like that book literally just changed my life because we have a lot of bad luck in the sense of...
You could say it's me. It's fine.
No.
It was me at the beginning.
No. I'm talking about like with our romances. Because I feel like a lot of the romances that we read are very insta-lovey.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was such a good like slow burn that it made me crave more slow burns. And
it was
sadly,
so well written.
We're still looking. So send us your favorite slow burn.
I think I talk about Angels Before Men a lot, so I'm going to put that one to the side.
Okay.
Serpent and the Wings of Night is so good. It is one of the best like fantasy books I have ever read. And it continues to get better.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
And I feel like the author did such a good job at like building this world and having it feel like a conclusion for our main characters in the two books.
And I don't know if you remember, but when we read Serpent in the Wings of Night, we had finished reading a book that had a similar situation in which the main character kills one of the main character's loved ones. And
oh my God. But the other one was horrible.
The other one was horrible. I felt like Serpent in the Wings of Night did a really good job redeeming someone after a horrible thing.
A horrible accident.
Yeah.
Well, not really an accident.
I know.
It was intentional.
I'm sorry for the way you thought it happened.
Sorry that your loved one sucked a little bit. So another one I would say was Divine Rivals.
Oh my gosh.
By Rebecca Ross.
Every time I think about that book, I think about that most of the episode was us looking at each other and then we'd be like, dude, that book was so good. I wish I could go back in time, read it again, just so we can film that episode again.
I know. It was such a good duology. Like, honestly, that's love. That's love right there.
Oh my God.
Such a good story. I would definitely recommend that one the most.
I feel like if I had a friend who didn't read and I had to recommend a book to them, Divine Rivals and These Hollow Vows.
These Hollow Vows. I feel like These Hollow Vows because it feels more of like an entry level, you know? Like it's very straightforward in my opinion.
I totally agree with that. I actually didn't consider myself someone that liked fantasy until we read These Hollow Vows.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be a fantasy girly.
Really? I know. I know, but sometimes it's hard to get into them because sometimes they're so dense. But
do you remember when we read shout out Dark King by Gina Maxwell?
Oh my God, yeah. Gina L. Maxwell.
Gina L. Maxwell. One of my favorite jokes that we made in that episode, that was, because that book, it's not good. It's not good. And you and I made a joke where there was a point where the main character was like, look at me. And it's like, he's Fae, you know? But Fae don't look that different from humans, except they're really hot and their ears.
And their ears are pointy.
Both you and I were like, what if they're just looking and it's like, oh, wait, hold on. Now look at me. It's like now they uncover their ears.
It's like you pull your hair back so they can see, so you can have a clear view of their ears.
He's Fae.
No.
Man, what a crazy book.
I can't believe it.
You know, my sister brought up that she thinks it's funny that you and I talk about books that we know we're going to give 1 stars to.
I think those are some of our favorite conversations.
Yes.
First of all, let's dive into that.
Okay, what are some good 1-star books we've read?
No, that's a horrible way to frame it.
Okay,
what
how do you
I'm
want to frame it?
saying is, what 1-star book had the best conversation between us? Your favorite 1-star review that we've done. I would say the one that comes to my mind is Credence by Penelope Douglas.
Oh, I love that one.
That was so funny because we were just like, well, she gets with the family. Like, she moves in with the family and she gets with the family.
I think the one I'm thinking of, I can't remember the name, and I think I just saw it. Was it Hexed? The one with the mafia guy?
God, yeah.
Oh my god.
You hated that. I didn't hate that one, but
I hated it. Oh my gosh.
That one was by Emily McIntyre.
Yes.
That one was fun to film too. But I feel like the ones where we're just like ripping it to shreds. Bully.
Oh, Bully was so fun.
Douglas.
Bully was so fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but Birthday Girl.
You love that one.
It was a very fun book to talk about.
It was fun, yeah.
I think it's fun when we're both on like opposite sides, which that doesn't happen as often anymore.
It doesn't happen that often. Which book can you think of?
Birthday Girl.
No, but I mean, like, one of us gave it like 1 star and the other one like a 4. Like, which book would you say?
It's happened less frequently now that I can't think of one. I remember really liking, this is going to age us, when we talked about Midnight Library. I know you liked it, but I remember loving it.
Oh, no, I don't think I liked it that much.
No, you were kind of on the lower side of the scale there. Mm-hmm. But I loved it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you loving it, but okay.
Do you think that you get questioned a lot about the podcast by your friends, family, husband?
No. No one really questions it. I mean, one time I did have someone ask me like, oh, what are you reading? And I think at that point we were reading something that had a lot of smut in it.
Yeah.
No, we were reading Angels Before Man.
Oh, when you had to cover the cover?
When I was like, oh my God, I don't really want to talk about this because, not that I think they were like super religious or they would get offended or anything, but
they were at an age where it's like,
I just didn't want to get into it, you know? And so that was the only time where I kind of felt like, I don't really want to talk about this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was a moment where my brother and I were driving together, and I was venting about like, I have so much to do this weekend. Like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to read. And he was like, but reading shouldn't take long, should it?
It takes a long
time. And I told him, like, think about how long it takes you to finish a video game. What, 9-10 hours, you know? Yeah. And now make it 5 of them. And you have to remember everything that happened. That's kind of what me and my friend do. And he was like, I never really considered it.
I just never thought about that.
Dude, reading is so much. And I never really considered it before we started the podcast. But reading is an expensive hobby.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like before the podcast, I was definitely someone who always wanted to have like a physical copy.
Dude, me too.
But
we started like that though, remember?
Thank the universe that we are able to do audiobooks and ebooks.
Audiobooks, ebooks. There's also, oh my gosh, Libby.
Libby, shout out to Libby.
Shout out to Libby, borrowing books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember hating the idea of, like, I don't want to get it from the library.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. Like, that helps so much.
It really does.
So,
it's very expensive.
It's a very expensive hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any books that after you read it or listened to it on ebook or Audible, something like that, that you bought afterwards because you were like, oh, yeah, that's a banger?
No, because I don't have space. Like, I don't have the space for... Well, I guess the Shatter Me series.
Mm-hmm.
I read everything as an ebook, and then I ended up buying the whole thing. But that was also because we were going to go see her. Yeah. And I wanted to get them signed, so...
It's a nice series to have, though.
Yeah.
I have all of the Angels Before Man.
Oh, yeah?
I don't regret that at all. Mm-hmm. One of my biggest regrets that I bought every single book, and I even bought all the light novels and everything, is Heartstopper.
So let's get into that, because I accidentally cut you off.
Oh, did you?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
What happened to Heartstopper? You used to be such a fan of it.
There's such a soft place in my heart for the show. Mm. I think the show is really, like, it's phenomenal. Yeah. I think it's doing really well. So when I look at the show and I look at the book, I understand, and this was one of the reasons I liked it, the idea that this is just fluff and it's all good and nothing bad can happen.
Mm-hmm. Like you had said, it was like a feel-good story.
It is a feel-good, but now it just feels disingenuine, because I think the author is really trying to push, like, visibility for people that are LGBTQ plus A.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for that, but I don't feel like it's realistic enough. Okay. Like, I feel like there's these two boys that love each other, and you're telling me they've never once been bullied except for one guy. Mm. And then when Charlie stood up to him, everyone clapped for 30 minutes straight. Like, you're telling me that? Mm. There's no way. And then every bad thing that did happen was off screen. You didn't see it. It happened last year. But bullying stops after a year. Yeah, so it's fine.
It expires.
Nah. And then I just don't know. I feel a very certain way about Alice Oseman. I feel like she doesn't represent the community well.
Okay.
And there's so much I could say. There's comments that she has made that I don't agree with, mostly when it comes to like the label of her stories. Mm-hmm. Because I do know that people have considered her work to be BL, because it's boys love. Mm-hmm. And she came across as very defensive when they called it that, and she was like, it is not that. That's disgusting.
Oh no.
And it's like sex. And this is not sex. This is two teenage boys in love. Mm-hmm. And I would never write something like that. And now Nick and Charlie are having sex all the time. So I don't know what to say. But I still, Heartstopper, Nick and Charlie, they will always have a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm kind of done following it. I will watch the show. I will no longer buy any Alice Oseman books.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we are considering doing like a video dedicated to problematic things authors have done or are doing. Yeah. And Cheli might talk about Alice Oseman.
Might, because she has a big following and I'm one girl.
I'm one girl. I can't fight everyone.
But I feel like if people feel represented by her, they feel seen by her, then I'm glad you do. Yeah. That means it is working for someone. I just don't see it representing everyone.
And that's fair.
Yeah, so that's my stance on it. But those are all the books that I own them, and they just sit on the top of my bookshelf, like the very top, where I can't reach, and I'm not really going to touch them.
They're just staying up there.
Them and all of my Lee Bardugo books. That's another one where I loved it when I read it, and I'm never going to read it again because I don't like it now. Shadow and Bone.
They don't love it anymore?
Nah, I don't feel it.
You don't feel the love anymore?
No, because now I feel like we've read so many authors, I'm starting to pinpoint things that I like to see in writings, and then things that I don't like to see. And I feel like Lee Bardugo, although she writes good characters, her writing style isn't good.
I think there were some parts that were a little bit like confusing for me. Like it was hard for me to picture certain scenes. But I mean, I do agree with you that she writes really good characters. Like I really cared for the Crows and, you know, Alina.
Do you remember when we read The Crows and there was like this whole sequence of like getting away and we're like, what's going on? She's on top of a box and then she's over here.
We were so confused.
Yeah.
But I mean,
to each their own.
Yeah.
It is, what is it? Everyone's opinion. Art is subjective.
Exactly.
Dang.
Is there, okay, not to like switch it up a little bit. Is there a book that we've read where you felt like the villain maybe was a little bit right? Maybe they had a point.
I don't want to get anyone angry though.
What do you mean?
I feel like the way that this is just us talking about our favorite books at this point. The way that Rafael Nicolas wrote Lucifer and Angels Before Men.
Oh my god, that
one can cause issues. But I feel like
but Rafael Nicolas did a good job at like developing.
Yes.
Lucifer.
So he did a queer retelling of the Paradise Lost by John Milton, which is when Lucifer fell from heaven and became a demon. And in this sense, you kind of see like the view of God being so like, we love him, but do we love him because he's great or do we love him because we're supposed to?
Yeah.
So it really plays with that and plays with like how significant is your own life if you were really only created to please one thing. And I think that it's just so well executed for the first one. I don't agree with Lucifer much in the second one. Right. But like I just feel like that book is so strong and I totally get where he's coming from. And I love seeing books that you can see them descend into madness by like the way of the writing style.
Oh,
I love that so much.
That was done really, really well.
Yes. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Those are my faves. That one, shout out. I love Rafael Nicolas.
Yeah.
What about you? Where you were like, it's okay, I forgive you.
You remember Hooked?
Oh, God. Why do you bring that one up so much?
I literally don't.
You do.
You brought that one up.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Instead of Hooked, why don't we talk about The Never King? Do you remember that one? I loved it. That family bonding moment at the end. The family bonding moment at the end. Where they all love each other.
Oh my God. No, not that one.
Do you remember that crazy one we read? It was called the Mindfuck series.
Oh, by St. Abby.
Oh my God.
Oh, I guess that would be a good one. Yeah.
That was
support
so well
women's rights and wrongs. That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
We just read so much; it's hard for me to like keep track of everything.
But it's crazy. It's kind of
do like an Excel spreadsheet.
It's when was our podcast? When did we start it? I know I asked this so much.
Like 4 years ago.
2020?
No, 2021.
2021. It's just crazy how much like different stories we've read. Oh my gosh! Can I say something? I'm gonna make this spooky season so good. I promise.
Oh, so
I promise.
Oh, so you're saying that the reason you haven't had fun is because I've picked them?
No. We both picked them.
I've been dealing with.
No, I just feel like every time spooky season comes around,
You're exhausted. You're tired. You've had enough.
No, this spooky season, I feel like we should go all out. Every single day.
I've been going all out.
I know you do. I need to carry my weight. I need to step up. I promise, guys. I feel like it's gonna be so good. Okay. It's gonna be so good.
Okay, I can't wait.
September, October, and then November, just pure Thanksgiving spice.
Oh my
God.
No.
Stuff.
No. That one was so bad.
Is there any book that you've read on your own that you wanted it to be on the podcast but never made it?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I have one.
I mean, I feel like I always bring up the same books.
It's okay.
The Halfway to the Grave by Janine Frost would have been really, really fun to talk about with you.
We still could.
But it's like a whole series, you know?
Oh,
I feel like book 1, you don't feel everything that happens. And I don't know if I love how it ended. I kind of felt so torn about it. So I feel like talking about it with you would be fun. Just so that we can like bounce off of each other.
I feel like you have good recommendations because everything you've recommended when it comes to big series, I've loved. Because you recommended Bridge Kingdom and you recommended These Hollow Vows. And me, the one I want to recommend is Unhinged.
Oh
Hinged.
my
Hinged?
God.
I think it was Hinged.
You know the door one?
When she falls in love with the door.
You know the door one.
Do you know what's crazy to me that no one really talks about? She only fell in love with this. Can I spoil?
Okay, spoiler.
Or is someone going to be like, not the door book? Spoiler for that door book.
Okay, skip a minute.
The thing that's crazy is the only reason she was down to have sex with that door is because she dreamt about it telling her to.
Yeah. And
then it was like, it told me, I guess I got to do it now.
Do you ever feel like your dreams are like messages?
Wow, Queen, so wise. If my dream told me to have sex with my door, I am not doing that.
Well, yes, I would hope.
I mean,
but unless he's
But what if
sexy?
the door? I know. What if the door's really nice?
What if he's like really sweet to me? No.
Wait, hold on. It was crazy. It was crazy. She didn't even take it off the hinges.
Why would she?
That's. I want you to look at your doorknob right now. That's crazy.
I can't. Why is she looking at me like that?
Stop looking at me
like that.
That book was so good.
I feel like that would be fun to talk about.
That's a drunk one. Stay
tuned.
I am kind of glad that we don't film drunk anymore.
Me too, because it's fun. It's fun, but sometimes we're too
lost,
incoherent. Yeah.
Yes. Do you ever think on Honeymooners, some of it will see the light of? Was it on Honeymooners? No, it was
Couple Next Door.
Bye. It's Sharon.
Sherry. Something.
Yeah. That was a good book.
It was a good book. It was fun to talk about from what I remember. But Cheli and I were so drunk in that one that we looked disgusting. Dude, though. We looked so bad. We were just like...
I know. We were so gone.
And then we just kept repeating the same shit over and over again.
From what I remember, that was the same day we filmed on Honeymooners. But the thing is, we kept getting more drunk.
Yeah, we should have stopped.
And by the time we got to Couple Next Door, both you and I were so gone. And we kept drinking during Couple Next Door.
And it was tequila, okay?
Dude, we used to take so many shots. It's kind of embarrassing.
Like when the doctor asks you, what is it? It's like, do you ever drink more than 4 drinks, I think, in one sitting? And I'm like over here like, sometimes 8. Oh, wait.
Dude, I know. Oh my God. And we would loudly eat oranges.
But that was good though.
That was good. Dang. I feel like we're both past the point though. We're never going to do that again.
Yeah, no.
But I don't feel like we're going to drink anymore. Yeah.
That's the old me.
That's the old you. She's gone.
Yeah. And I feel like the older we get, the more we want to take care of ourselves, you know?
Oh, yeah. And we've both been trying to do that. It's hard.
It's hard.
She's hard out there.
All I want is a slice of cake.
It was Super Bowl Sunday, and we had like these bingo cards where you had to guess what was going to happen in the Super Bowl. But one of my guesses was that you were going to grab a slice of cake first.
Yeah.
And your guess was for me to grab a slice of cake first.
Well, because I saw you write that, and I was like, it's because you want one so bad.
I did. So it became a waiting game.
It was chocolate cake, okay? It was delicious.
That was a lot of fun. I ate a lot that day. Trying to be better about it.
If I had a bigger space, I would love to like do that too. Like host, like for example, like for the Grammys, the VMAs. Like I would love that. I need a bigger space though.
I get it. Do you think that this is our permanent film spot?
I think for a good while, at least.
So too.
Especially after this. Like, look how beautiful it looks.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of this. I feel like it does need flowers though.
I think it needs something. But did you notice the hearts?
Oh, I didn't even see you did that.
Yeah, I added hearts.
I love that. You're so creative. I wish that were me.
Sometimes.
No, you are. I love it. I think that ever since we started this podcast and we started reading more, it's been pushing me to want to write more.
Dude, same.
Oh.
And I think that's another reason why we cut back on reading. And now Thursdays are just kind of more of like whatever we're feeling, you know?
Yep.
More of like book chats or just like something about a book.
To kind of push the creative sense that we're feeling.
Yeah.
I have written. There's little things that I've written. And I have them all saved. I've become... Y'all, if I showed you my Google Drive, you'd be so jealous.
Really?
I'm so organized.
Oh my gosh, show it to me.
I will show it to you later. Because there are things that I'm writing that I don't want to show you until I have one thing finished.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there are certain things that I've written that it's past some time, like 2 or 3 months since I've written it. And yesterday I was looking, not yesterday, it was a few days ago. I was looking through them and I'm like, dang, some of this kind of sounds fire.
Really?
Some of it kind of sounds fire to me. But other things I'm like, yeah. I still need practice.
I love that. I can't wait to see what you've written.
I can't wait to see what you write.
I have taken kind of like a pause because I've been trying to focus on the podcast. But I am still like very much excited about something that I've started writing recently.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully I'll get back into it soon. But
without revealing anything, what is a trope that you are excited to delve into when it comes to writing?
Trope? It's not going to be in this one, but I would love to have like a slow burn. I don't know. Like I miss slow burns. Bring back slow burns.
That's going to be you. You're going to bring it back.
I hope so. There was this one book that I read where the couple didn't even get together until the second book. Bring that shit back.
Oh my God. I love that. I just really want to be able to create something that has good found family.
Oh,
that's mine.
I feel like you'd be so good at that.
I love found family.
I would love that too.
Yeah.
Like, because found family is like a very special trope. And I feel like a lot of things have it, but like really like memorable ones.
Yep.
It's really, really slay.
When was the last time you have read fan fiction?
Oh my God.
And tell me why it was last night.
No, it wasn't. You know what's so funny? I was actually thinking about this fan fiction. I'm not going to say anything about it. So don't even try. There was this one fan fiction that I read like so long ago. And I was thinking about it recently. And I was like, should I look for it to see like if it's still out there? But I didn't look it up. Because sometimes like I get really sad like if they end up being deleted.
Yep. Which a lot of them have been. I feel the same way.
But no, it's been a long time. I can't even remember. Maybe last year?
The last time I read a fan fiction was one that someone posted on Valentine's Day for this one couple that I really like in a series that I like that I'm not going to say. But I read it and it was like 117 chapters long.
Oh my God.
And I just binged it in a day.
Really?
I was so into it. And since I read that one, I constantly go back to reread it. And I think the last time I reread it was like, because when was it? February? So February, March. I think the last time I reread it was like the end of March. Okay. So I go back to that one a lot. Yeah.
You're due for it.
But even before that, I had like a huge pause. Because I remember the age where I was prime into reading fan fiction was probably like, I want to say like 5-6 years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm.
Remember there was this one time that my friend Norma and we were like, I remember this so vividly. I was in LA visiting family, and my parents, my brother and we were like sleeping on the ground, I think. And Norma and we like shared this fan fiction to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we both just like somehow agreed, okay, I'm going to start reading it. Me too. And we were reading it the whole night. Literally, it was like 2 a.m. And we were just like, oh my God, are you on this chapter? Me too. It's so
That's
good.
so sweet.
We bring that up sometimes. And it's just like, damn. Why can't we do that again?
Yeah. I remember one of my friends from college also recommended me a fanfic when she was barely getting into fanfics. And me thinking like, oh, she's not gonna strike gold yet. It takes a while.
Yeah.
And that fanfic to me matters so much. And that's also one that like I'll go back to because I still have it bookmarked.
Really?
In like my old AO3 account, which I haven't logged in since I read that. And that was what? Almost 10 years ago?
A long time ago.
So it's somewhere out there. It's still bookmarked there.
I was so bad at like saving them though.
Really?
I was so bad. There's so many that I read that I don't.
Well, we were cusps. We were at the cusp of when AO3 started becoming the main one. Remember?
Yeah.
Crazy. I remember when the switch happened and I was like, I'm not gonna switch. I know where I stand.
I'm not a switcher.
It's too confusing.
Oh my God. I remember I was so nervous when it was like, when you try to make your account, but then it was like, you have to wait like 3 days or something.
I know. Like, they're gonna background check me?
I'm like,
what's happening?
God, don't look me up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I do remember
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know.
It's like a week now.
I know.
It increased.
I know that Naomi Novak, one of the creators of AO3, wrote a book.
That sounds so familiar.
The Graduates, I think that's what they were called. But my sister, she's so a fan fiction supporter because she's like, authors be writing for free? Yeah. They're posting gold for free? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with that. There are some bangers out there. But she was telling me that when Naomi Novak released her book, it was not good.
Really?
Yeah, it was lacking. And it was like...
Were her fanfics good?
I have no idea. I don't know if she wrote fanfics openly.
Oh, probably not.
She had to have written some, but probably under a different name. But everyone said that it felt like a bad fanfiction.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's like a really hurtful insult.
Yeah. You know what's one thing? I hope you clip this here. Since our name is The Book Fix, this has been something that we brought up when we switched our name to The Book Fix. I've always wanted to read fan fiction of some of the series that we've read. And I wanted it to be under The Book Fix, like FICS.
Oh my God.
I still want to do that.
I do remember you saying that. But I just feel like, how would we do that?
I feel like we would just read fan fiction and then talk about
it. Like read it here?
Here.
Or read it like on our own time?
No, we would be on here and one of us, I feel like we need a good ASMR mic. You know what I mean? And one of us reads it while the microphone. Other one. Yes. Hello. Yeah. I feel like that would be so good and for us to just react while we're reading it. But it would be nice if people recommended fan fiction. But I feel like we're still kind of...
Like your bangers.
Yes. I feel like we're still kind of a way away from that. But I'm so down to do that.
Well, out of all of the couples that we have read, which couple would you want to read a fan fiction about?
Serpent and the Wings of Night. Any couple from that one.
Rain and Araya.
And Asar and Misha. These Hollow Vows.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Jaslyn and Misha.
Huh?
Wasn't that their names?
These Hollow Vows.
Beneath These Cursed Stars.
Yeah.
But in These Hollow Vows, it was Abriela and Finn.
Yeah, I miss them.
Which would be good. I miss them too.
When she was in Beneath These Cursed Stars, I was like, that's my girl.
I would love to do that though. I would love to incorporate fan fiction because that is a form.
I think I would love to see Pei and Kai. in a fan fiction?
Written, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lauren. Look away. Written well, though. You know what's funny? Sometimes I'll be watching
Powerless
shows.
by Lauren Roberts.
Love her. I love her. I really do. Believe me.
She was really nice.
Sometimes I finish reading things, and unfortunately, Fearless was one of them that this happened to.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finish reading it, I go, man, give me 2 seconds and a pen, and I can do this way better.
Oh my God. Sometimes I feel that way too.
Yeah, I feel so strongly about certain characters.
But I feel like she had it, you know? It's just,
Mhm.
she just needed to rearrange it a little bit.
Do you ever think we would write fan fiction as the book fix?
Oh my God. Wait, should we?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it until, like...
Right now, this moment. Probably not.
No?
No, because, like...
You're scared the good ideas will be taken away.
Exactly. Like, I'm scared that they're going to be like, this idea is too good. Let me just steal it from them.
I feel like there's a lot of legalities when it comes to fan fiction.
Really?
Well, when it comes to fan fiction and you becoming an author. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And if we want to get to a point where Carissa Broadbent is our best friend... Or wait, now who's the one we said would be Frida McFadden?
Frida McFadden would not be our best friend.
But if we get to a point like that, I feel like reading fan fiction is a no.
Like, they would be like,
You read my fan fiction?
ugh, get away from me.
Dang.
I think they would think they're above us. Like, they don't read
But
fan
it's
fiction.
good. Well, they're not able to. They're not allowed to. As an author, I think Adam Silvera said this once. As an author, your fans can sue you if they know you read their fan fiction and took an idea.
What?
Yeah.
But what if you already had that idea?
Right? No. For realsies, it was in my head first. How can you prove it if it was on fanfiction.net?
Yeah.
The old one.
Uh-huh.
Like, what if it was there first?
I'm so confused. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That sounds
so they
so
said
weird,
that they don't really read their fan fiction because of that. That makes sense, though. You don't want your fan to write it for you.
But why? Okay,
You
first
think
of all,
if you wrote a book,
I would sue them. Like, hold on, these are my characters.
How would you feel if you wrote a book that you felt like these characters are your babies? Would you want to read fan fiction about them?
No, probably not.
I'd be curious.
I feel like I would be curious just to see, like, how many.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would want to see, like, the number. Like, okay, how many people have written a fanfic? And do they have hits? Like, do people, like, love these? You know, I think that would be more of my curiosity. But not really, like, what they're writing.
You make an AO3. This isn't Yajaira, guys. That's like your name.
Me, I just start, like, tearing their shit apart. Like, no, they would never do this.
Actually, the author did it right. As you can see, chapter 4.
When they say this, this, and that, they would never
really
do
ate.
this.
They really ate with it, and you're doing it dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
But I don't think I would, and especially now that you're saying we could be sued.
I mean, we haven't written anything or published anything.
Wow.
It's so funny, though. I don't want to make it sound like I'm like, she's a writer. I don't want to make it sound like that.
You
I
are
feel
a
like
writer.
It's a long
Everyone
process.
can write.
Just like everyone can cook. No, you can find a cook from anywhere.
Oh my God. Doesn't matter.
I just feel like I don't want to make it seem like I'm too, like, she's good. You know what I mean? Because there's always room for improvement.
Oh, yeah. There's always room for improvement.
Don't come for me, please. You don't know what I write like.
You don't
it's just
know
like textbook.
Like a text.
God. I could do that. Watch me write a textbook and I'll release it. That's what I've been working on.
This whole time. Like, wow.
That takes talent.
It does. No, I agree with you. It's a lot of research, probably.
Mm-hmm. What's your next question?
Who has been your favorite protagonist that we've read?
Rain.
Rain?
I feel like, I'm so sorry, it's the same book over and over again.
I'm so sorry, I just love this book so much.
Serpent and the Wings of Night, Rain, I think is done so well because it's someone who didn't want to be king, but due to...
But also didn't want to be a vampire. Like, he was turned into a vampire.
due to just a lot of circumstances that led him there, he was really the only one that would be able to. Mm-hmm. So I think he's just such a good, well-written character that is so fully devoted to the main character. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that man. I love him. A+. Everyone go read Serpent in the Wings tonight or watch our episodes. They're just as good.
Probably just watch our episodes.
That's one of my faves. Mm-hmm. Hands down, like, best main character. That, and I know you bring it up, but the Bridge Kingdom. Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron.
Oh my gosh, so well written.
Aaron?
Aaron? No, it's Aaron.
Aaron.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Well, it is. For me, I think my favorite has been... God, it's hard to pick a favorite. Do I have a favorite?
Warner.
Well, I do love Warner, but like he's not the protagonist from the Shatter Me series. I did really like Abriela from These Hollow Vows.
Oh, she's so good.
She was really good. I love that she was, just one girl and trying to pick between two hot fade prince, but also she was trying to save her sister. So
what was the name of the main character, the protagonist from Beneath These Cursed Stars that wasn't Jaslyn? Felicity.
Yes, Felicity.
I think she's a good protagonist as well.
Yeah, she was good.
I think that author writes protagonists really well.
Mm-hmm. She writes really good characters.
Mm-hmm. I feel like all we talked about was fan fiction. For
like a good chunk of this, our entire conversation was just fan fiction, but I mean, it was beautiful.
It would be nice to do some writing prompts on the podcast. Mm-hmm. I think we should consider it, unless there's other people that want us to do other things on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. I'm so down for it. It kind of feels chill just to talk.
I feel like I love just talking with you, but if anyone has any ideas of what they would like to see where it's just like a chill Thursday, then let us know. We're open.
Yes. Oh my gosh. To anyone listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, anywhere you get your podcast, thank you so much. If you could leave a rating and a review of our next Thursday episode or our next read, that would be great. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So if you're looking for a way to support us just a little bit more, we do have a Patreon, which you could find at patreon.com/bookfix. But if you're not looking for something that's monthly, we do also have Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us, thank you. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I feel like we just chilled.
Yeah, so we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Also,
this is funny.
Also, if you have any other bookish questions that you want us to answer, let us know.
This is it.
This is the time. This is the time to
Love
ask.
that. Okay.